This exhibition began with a trip that my son and I made to the western part of America, starting in California, and then traveling up to Washington State, and then coming through Oregon in Crater Lake, which is the third deepest lake in the world, and then going to the Grand Canyon in Arizona. And as I started making the drawings about the trip, it became more and more about that independence, that letting go of him and of him being independent in the world. The drawings are also about how experiences form who we are from day one, even if you don't remember. The things that happen, every moment builds on the next moment, of course. And in a way that I wanted to visualize that with something that reminded me of the topography that we saw on our trip. In the Grand Canyon, you're seeing 2 million years of history right in front of you. It's an incredible feeling to see time stacked like that. And in the past, I've represented my financial information, the cost of life, more or less. So I chose colors to represent the financial aspect of the trip, because of course money is how we survive. It's how we live our lives in this current version of our society. So I looked through the photographs of the rocks and the earth and the dirt that we were in and made kind of families of color. These are gray lines, and then there's some kind of brown, more red, a little bit of green. It was amazing how many colors there are in the earth. And my favorite part about the exhibition is the way that these stripes create an undulating landscape throughout the drawings. And I think standing right here is it's almost like an ocean as well. And we were in California too, right on the ocean, so it kind of has elements of land and ocean. I was cutting the paper for these drawings, and they were on a big roll, and as I was cutting them, they wanted to keep rolling up, and they kept getting bent or a little bit dirty, and it took me all day to cut 30 pieces of paper. Usually I buy sheets of paper. So at the end of the day, I just cut one extra piece of paper, and I thought, I'm just gonna totally bend this thing, get it dirty, just not care about it at all. And I started carrying it around with me everywhere I went. And then I realized that I needed my hands to do things during the day, so I strapped it to my back with a belt so that I could have my hands free. And I started to realize that this piece of paper is kind of a metaphor for that idea, or manifesting that idea that all of our experiences make us who we are. This piece of paper was getting more and more kind of dinged up and capturing more and more of my everyday life. And I used to write down everything I did every day down to the 15-minute interval before my son was born. And of course, after you have a kid, your life is not segmented. You're kind of doing everything all the time. So I stopped doing that. But in a way, it was about an effort to capture one's life as it's passing by. You know, we know that we're here on this earth for a limited period of time, and sometimes we have different methods to capture our lives, to remember it. That's also part of what the drawings are about. In a way, these papers replace that effort of writing everything down. These papers have been with me 24 hours a day for various amounts of time. This one is from a trip that we made this summer in Hawaii. When we were camping, we were living in the mud and the rain in a tent, and this one was worn for 3 weeks. And you can see the history of the experiences that I had during that 3-week period manifest in the drawing. This book is a book of drawings that I made during the trip to Hawaii this summer. They are mostly drawings of the plants that I saw, and also the landscape, which is brand new. Some of the earth in Hawaii was formed within the last 70 years. The lava flowing, which is in stark contrast to the landscape in the drawings from last year. And the drawings of the plants relates back to, I believe, the first exhibition I had here in Madrid with Neves Fernandez, where I went to the flower market the day that I arrived, and we spent about $400 on flowers, and then I installed them in the gallery using vases that I made from trash that I found on the street, and then made drawings of all the flowers and let the flowers dry in the gallery while the drawings remained on the wall, fresh. This is more lava. It's incredible how the top layer of the lava dried and then kind of pushed up against the new lava coming in would kind of push up against it and make layers.